Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 4 of TNA 2013. We are here at the book screen for Explosion in week 4 of January. We sit just 3 weeks out from Against All Odds. We are 1 week out, or 1 week after Genesis, I should say, and I have a big disclaimer to add here. So, right after the last episode, I finished the recording of that and stuff. My computer crashed. I edited the video, put it together, put it up, and then only after that did I discover that my TEW file got messed up for this save, so I wound up having to go back through, and I had to rebook Genesis and the impact and explosion that followed that. However, the results weren't that much different. There was a little bit of difference, not that much difference. The only big major takeaways are that I haven't started any storylines yet in this rebooking, and that Garrett Bischoff is just waiting out his contract. I didn't fire him. So that's really the only differences here. Pretty much everything else is the same. So without any further interruptions, we're going to run the show. As always, look away now if you don't want to know spoilers for the show. In a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Kenny King and Jack Evans defeated Matt Cross and Phoenix in 22-25 when Kenny King defeated Phoenix by pinfall with a coronation after distraction from Kenny King. The match got the show off to a strong start. Evans got a 67, King got a 62, Phoenix got a 54, and Cross got a 60. It was a 69C+. I am very, very happy with that match. That was a fucking fantastic match, considering that literally all of these guys, I'm pretty sure all of them are openers, if not enhancement talents. But on the B show, that doesn't really matter. This was a great match. I'm very happy with that. And Kid Cash coming. I forgot to start the Kid Cash storyline. Alright, whatever. That can be just a loose story. Gunner and Kid Cash pull Phoenix out of the ring and begin to beat him down on the outside. When Matt Cross flies over the ropes and takes them out, he helps Phoenix up and the two retreat to the back. So Matt Cross coming to the aid of Phoenix here against Gunner and Kid Cash, kind of evening the odds, but at the same time just kind of helping him get out of there. Got a 59C. I am now realizing that I forgot to change a gimmick for later in the show. Hopefully it doesn't give anything away. In a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Sarita and Winter defeated Holly Blossom and Hannah Blossom in 8:45 when Sarita defeated Hannah Blossom by submission with a... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Larry. No, I'm not even going to try that. Winter got a 56, Sarita got a 62, and the Blossom sisters got 20s. There was a 52D+, not terrible, but not the best. I'm happy with it, though, because the Blossom sisters aren't really, like, staples for me in the women's division, knockouts division. So, yeah, let's get into the next segment. A video plays showing Abyss kneeling in a dimly lit room. A hooded figure dressed all in black comes forward. The figure says, "Abyss, you have served me well. You have been continuing my work and have proved yourself a humble follower." Oh god, that's gonna bug me. Oh god, that's even worse. You have proved yourself a humble follower. However, TNA is too vast for you to cleanse on your own. You need help. Abyss says, "Master, this is my vocation. This is my penance. To purify TNA. It is my vocation, and mine alone." The figure says, "There is another Abyss, another who shares your sins, your works, and your penance. You have spilled blood with him, the blood that unites you both." Abyss stands quickly, and is now seen to be much larger than the figure. Abyss says, "No, you can't bring him here. I refute." The figure slaps Abyss, and says, You are my follower. You are my sheep, and I am the shepherd. He deserted the flock, but he shall return, Abyss, and you must now pay for your doubting the shepherd. Abyss removes his shirt as the shepherd begins lashing him with barbed wire. The video ends. So we now have an answer as to who Abyss's master is, but that answer is that only it is the shepherd. Very mysterious figure. I'm surprised that it didn't talk about the shepherd debuting a gimmick, any specific gimmick. The angle got the crowd hotter, the performance of Abyss was good, the shepherd underperformed. But this is really kind of to get the shepherd over, because the shepherd right now is not very over. And so when I do the reveal of the shepherd, I want him to be over so that he can start competing and, do that kind of thing. But as for right now, I'm happy with that. The shepherd and Abyss get a 67C+ in their eerie video. Oh, and the shepherd's flock has started with this segment. In about that, had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Davey Richards defeated Nick Jackson. Oh, fuck. I fucked up here. I fucked up big time. Davey Richards defeated Nick Jackson, Chavo Guerrero, and Paul London in 15:38 when Davey Richards defeated Chavo Guerrero with a DR Driver 2. Davey Richards carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. He got an 80. All the rest of the guys got mid to upper 60s, with Chavo being the weak link at 62. It got an 80B for that match. And I'm now realizing that Nick Jackson was supposed to win that match. So the following promo does not make sense. Just assume that Nick Jackson won here. Just completely disregard this screen, and Nick Jackson won. Just take my word for it. The Young Bucks are walking back up the entryway celebrating. Matt grabs a mic and says, "Wow, Chavo, another loss. I know the old Guerrero saying is lie, cheat, steal, but it looks like you can't win without those." Which begs the question on why you and Hernandez are in the tag team title match at Against All Odds, but me and Nick aren't. I mean, he did just pin you. The show ends on Chavo angry in the ring. So it advanced the tag team title picture storyline but lost at Heat. They got a 63C. I cannot believe that. Oh my god. I should have checked that before I ran the show. Well, that was a fuck up on my part. So hopefully I don't fuck up Impact. Let's cut to see what this show got on television. Oh, I forgot about this screen. I was so distraught. It got a 69C+, which I'm happy with. A lot of the shows were under that, or a lot of the segments were under that, but we did have that really great match in the main event. Phoenix was used too much, and Nick Jackson was slightly overused. Matt Jackson was also used too much. So let's see now what it got on TV. Alright, so that episode of Explosion was a sellout in the Impact Zone. It got a .43 on TV, a 326,780 viewer show, and again it was a 69C+, so now I will see you guys at the Booked Impact show. Alright, so here we are at the Booked Impact show in week 4 of January, and as always, if you don't want spoilers, look away now, and we're going to get into the show. In a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, ODB defeated Holly Blossom in 8:52 with a Dirty Dozen. It got a 57C-. ODB got a 68, which is pretty good. Holly Blossom got a 26. And what can you do? The Blossom sisters honestly aren't that good in this game. I think I'm just going to use them to put over other talent for now. The show opens on Samoa Joe backstage, swarmed by security. Joe says, "Where is he? Where is that son of a bitch? You're a dead man, Anderson." Hogan runs into the scene and says, Joe, calm down, brother. I gave Mr. Anderson the night off. After what he did to you last week, it was for his own safety." And Joe says, "He screwed me, Hogan. I should be in the title match, and you know it. I had Aries beat if that punk bitch Anderson didn't get involved." And Hogan says, "Joe, I hear where you're coming from, which is why I'm giving you a shot at Anderson next week in a non-title match. You'll get your shot at him, but as for tonight, stick around because you have a match with Mike Bennett." And Joe says, "Hogan, you give me Anderson next week, he's not making it to Against All Odds. And Bennett, he's not walking out of the arena tonight." Joe walks away, and Hogan looks concerned. This got a 100 A-star. Samoa Joe was superb without a script. Hulk Hogan clearly enjoyed the freedom to go off script. This crowd was a great way. Oh, great. No, never mind. Got everything off to a hot start. Everything like that. Yeah, that completely distracted me, that little pop-up. But yeah, everything's going good. Performance of Samoa Joe was good. And the world title picture started with this segment. Yay! In about that had good heat and decent wrestling, Madison Rayne defeated Sarita in 11:49 by pinfall with a standing Shiranui. Sure, we'll go with that. They don't click and it made for an awkward bout. Madison Rayne got a 57, Sarita got a 48. That's still pretty good because they got a 60C. And, I think that was good. Just trying to build up Madison Rayne for her title match with Tara. Madison Rayne grabs a mic and says, "Tara, you talk a big game. You may have made quick work of Brooke Tessmacher at Genesis, but we both know I'm not Brooke Tessmacher. So don't underestimate me, Tara." This got a 69C+. The women's title storyline has advanced with this segment. I think it did pretty good. These women's segments are doing pretty good. Christy Hemme is in the ring with a mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for the X Division Championship." This got a 45D. I am thoroughly disappointed with that, Christy. You should be doing better. You're a ring announcer. In about that, a decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Zema Ion defeated Kenny King, Jack Evans, and Spud in 10:16 when Zema Ion defeated Spud by pinfall with a Bible Black. Spud got a 59. That's actually pretty good for him. Kenny King got a 60. Evans got a 67. And Zima Ion got a 71, making Zima Ion the #1 contender for Rob Van Dam's X Division Championship. This got a 71C+. I am very happy with that. And let's see what Zima Ion has to say. He has a mic and says, "All right, Rob, since you chose to ignore me, I prove that I deserve a shot at the X Division title. And you have no choice but to face me at against all odds for that title. See you there, Rob." Got a 77B, because it was also based off of Rob Van Dam's overness, but helps Zima Ion with the promo. Let's see if there's any improvements for Zima Ion. Nope. It froze there for a second, which concerned me. Computer's been having some freezing issues, but let's go into the next segment here. Zima Ion versus Rob Van Dam. I'm actually going to pre-book that here. I have a couple matches booked here that I have already announced. So we're going to go in and we're going to pre-book that match so I don't forget. Zima Ion versus Rob Van Dam for Against All Odds. Alright, let's go to the next segment. And about that, it's superb wrestling and great heat. Joey Ryan defeated Devon in 13:25 by pinfall with a double underhook facebuster. Joey Ryan makes defense #1 of his TNA television title. So this was Devon's rematch. Didn't really have much build to it, but honestly, I kind of just wanted to get it out of the way. I considered not even giving Devon a rematch, but I feel like he did need a rematch. This one was a lot better performance from Devon this time, I think. He got an 81, Joey Ryan got a 74, and the match gets a 79B overall. I'm very happy with that. But I have some plans for Devon coming, and he doesn't need the TV title at the moment. And I'm not sure what to do with Joey Ryan either. James Storm walks into Hulk Hogan's office with a beer in his hand. Always the beer, James Storm. And James Storm says the Cowboy is back. James Storm sets the beer down on Hogan's desk, sits down, and kicks his feet up. And Storm says, "So how's about we talk about the Cowboy's future here in TNA? See, I was thinking you could add me to this here triple threat match. Give old James Storm a good run with the gold." And Hogan looks disgusted with Storm and says, how many of those have you had, brother? Look, I can't just give out title opportunities, especially with Samoa Joe breathing down my neck. What I can do, though, is give you a match tonight. If you win, I'll consider giving you a chance at the title soon. Storm says, "And who's the Cowboy beating tonight?" "Well, James, you're facing your former Beer Money tag team partner, Bobby Roode." And Storm says, "His loss, haha." This got a 100 A-star. The end of the Cowboy storyline has started with this segment. Hulk Hogan's performance was good, and I'm happy with this one. Whoa! And about that, it's superb wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. The Young Bucks defeated Kazarian and Daniels in 17:54 when Matt Jackson defeated Frankie Kazarian by pinfall with a worst-case scenario. Both teams had excellent chemistry. Kazarian and Daniels almost had perfect performances. Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson had very good performances. This was a fantastic match. A of 90. I'm very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. This match was to try to get the Bucks over, give them wins over some bigger guys. And let's go to the next segment. Chavo and Hernandez run down and attack the Bucks. Hernandez lifts Matt up for the border toss when London and Kendrick's music hits. London and Kendrick run down, and Hernandez and Chavo leave the ring. London and Kendrick check on the Bucks to make sure they're okay, because they're good sports. And, yeah, they just wanted to see how they were doing. Paul London was very underwhelming in this segment, got a 75B-, and I'm not super happy with that, but it works with how many people were in this angle. So, London and Kendrick showing some sportsmanship, Chavo and Hernandez continuing that rivalry with both London and Kendrick and the Bucks. Happy to see that. And about that, great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Samoa Joe defeated Mike Bennett in 5:31 by submission with the Coquina Clutch. Got a 77B. I'm surprised it was even rated that high. But Joe got a 92 and Bennett got a 52. So I guess taking domination off of the road agent notes for Joe really helped improve his performance. Plus they have good chemistry, so that could be part of it. But I'm very happy with that match. For just a squash match, I'm good with that. Samoa Joe keeps the Coquina Clutch on Mike Bennett till referees pry him off. He grabs a mic and says, "Mr. Anderson, next week, I break you." Joe walks away. 76B-, not super good. It was off his microphone and Anderson's overness, which I was expecting it to be at least a solid B, maybe a B+, but whatever. And now we go to the main event. In about that had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Bobby Roode defeated James Storm in 2023 by pinfall with a payoff at getting 95 A-star. They have great chemistry and it showed in their performance. James Storm got a 90, Bobby Roode got a 100. Holy shit, that is a great segment. I'm very, very happy with that. And now let's end the segment on what will maybe be a controversial ending. Roode grabs a mic and says, "James, did you really think you were going to beat me here tonight? I mean, did you genuinely think you would? James, I carried you in beer money. I carried you for 4 tag team title reigns. I made us the most iconic team in TNA history. What did you do? You got drunk. You pretended you were a damn cowboy. You need a reality check, and here it is, James. You're not a cowboy. You're a pathetic drunk. You need help, James." The camera pans to James Storm, who's in the corner, visibly upset as the show ends. Bobby Roode struggled when going off script, apparently. Got an 89A. I'm happy with that. So, some tension there between former partners. Roode giving Storm a reality check, telling him that he is not a cowboy, that he is nothing but a lowly drunk. Let's see how that affects James Storm next week on Impact. That is the end of the show, but that is not the end of this episode. Stick around, because I will be showing you guys the TV ratings for this, but I also said that at the end of each month I would go over popularity and stuff, so I will see you guys Monday, week 1 of February, and we will go over the size of Impact, as well as I'll go through my medical screens and a bunch of other stuff in case you guys wanted to see it, so I will see you guys there. Oh, shit, I completely forgot about this. The show increased our popularity in 43 regions, and it got a 93A. I'm very, very happy with that rating. Very good. And now I will see you guys there. Alright, so that episode of Impact was a sellout in the River Center Arena in the Southeast region. Got a 6.22 on TV. That is 4.666 million viewers, and I'm very happy with that 93A show. So now, let's take a little tour of the company. Alright, so here is our popularity after the first month. We are in Monday, week 1 of February. Here it is. If you've ever played the mod, you'll notice that it's different from what it should be. When I downloaded the mod, TNA was a national-sized company, but I went into the database and I lowered it so that they would be a high-tier cult company, because I feel like at this time TNA wasn't a national company. TNA has really never been a national company, but I feel like they were almost on the brink of it in that... probably between like 2008 and 2013, about this time. They were on the brink of being a national company, but they never broke through that glass ceiling. And if anything, my personal feeling is that Hulk Hogan kind of kept them under that glass ceiling. But that's regardless of here. Let's track our popularity. Our popularity has gone up. We can look at our importance. Let's look at our popularity, our raw popularity. Our popularity has also gone up, so it looks like maybe... just maybe we may be hitting national sometime soon. We will also look at a couple other things. Magnus is returning to the company. Let's look at medical really quick. So AJ Styles is out for another 28 days because it was default set that he would be gone. Sabin has 56 days on a torn ACL. Bischoff has 56 days on taking some time off. Eric Young is gone for another week. Jarrett has another almost 3 months. And Jesse Sorensen has about another 5 months with a broken neck. Kurt Angle is also in rehab for another 3.5 months. He showed up to a show drunk. I decided to send him to rehab to try to get him better, but this rehab is actually going to take him through the end of his contract, so that is unfortunate there. Let me think if there's anything else I can show you. If you guys wanted to see the finance page, here's the finance page. I will go through and I will explain some things. Here's the finance page. I will explain why there is such a big cost for miscellaneous, as well as some other things. So TNA starts out this mod with OVW as a developmental territory. I signed a lot of people to developmental deals because there's a lot of people I like around this time, as well as some bigger names that I wanted to keep off of TV for now. So I went and created another developmental territory, MCW, Maverick Championship Wrestling in the Southwest region. The staff for that, we have Lance Storm as the owner and Bruce Pritchard as the booker. I was going to go with Storm as the owner and the booker, but Pritchard has a lot higher ratings for booking. I'm not going to show you the titles because I don't want you guys to see who's in the company. But yeah, that's it. Let's look at storylines. I don't want to go through the storylines because it'll give some of these things away. But these are the storylines that I have running. I'm going to go to the end of the Cowboy. I'm going to skip the Shepherd's Flock because I don't want to spoil anything. This is just what I got going for everything else. Yeah. Schedule, if you guys wanted to see the schedule again, we have Against All Odds, and then Lockdown after that, One Night Only Japan, Sacrifice, Slammiversary. Those are our big events for just under the next 6 months. If there's anything specifically that you guys want to see after each and every month when I do this whole walkthrough thing, please let me know. I would definitely be willing to show you guys. There's no one in the TNA Hall of Fame right now. But yeah, also let me know what you guys think about me making an alliance with 2 Japanese companies, and one of 2 Japanese companies and one of 2 companies in Mexico. I'm thinking of creating an alliance with All Japan or New Japan, as well as CMLL or AAA, and then adding a couple other companies from various places and maybe trying to make like a global alliance. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. But other than that, I don't really think I have anything else for you guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.